The Supreme Court has allowed the bursting of green crackers in Delhi and the National Capital Region for 4 days, starting from the 18th of October to the 21st of October between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. This is for, of course, Diwali. Now, while everyone from the Chief Minister to the Deputy Chief Minister, all BJP leaders, ministers in the government, they've all welcomed this move, saying that, one festival cannot be singled out and that the Supreme Court has corrected a grave injustice. There is also a question of the lives of ordinary Delhiites and their health. Why should ordinary Delhiites not have the right to breathe just like their fellow citizens in the rest of the country? And more importantly, who is going to enforce the sale and regulation of green crackers? What is a green cracker at the end of the day? Is there any definitive norms for it? Because at the end of the day, it's not like a green cracker does not emit any pollutants. The percentage might be less by 20% or 30%. It's not a clean cracker. It just happens to be slightly better than ordinary crackers. So all of these are big questions in the minds of Delhiites because this is a recurring feature. There is data, there is science to show that pollution does go up for a variety of reasons: stubble burning, construction, road dust. But bursting firecrackers at this time of the year during the Diwali season also contributes in a not so substantial way to the increase of AQI. So why are we fighting the science? Firecrackers were banned initially in November of 2020. This was through the National Green Tribunal, which of course is overseen by the Supreme Court of India. What has changed in these last 5 years? Today, while delivering the judgment, Chief Justice B.R. Gavai said that firecrackers smuggled in from outside Delhi-NCR during Diwali actually cause more damage than green crackers. He also said that the court has to take a balanced approach, permitting green crackers in moderation, while at the same time not compromising with the environment. Let's listen into some political reactions that have come in, and then we'll get to a breakdown of what a green cracker is and why this may or may not actually work on the ground.
मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ माननीय कोर्ट का, जिन्होंने करोड़ों लोगों की भावनाओं का ध्यान रखते हुए इस महापर्व दिवाली के मौके पे जो हमारा एक पारंपरिक भावनाओं से जुड़े हुए पटाखे थे उनको सम्मान दिया। दिल्ली सरकार के निवेदन पे आपने ये अनुग्रह स्वीकार किया और हम भी ये समझते हैं परंपरा और पर्यावरण दोनों को जोड़ते हुए हम दिल्ली का ध्यान रखें।
Now, I want to give you a breakdown of how green crackers are different from conventional crackers, whether in terms of composition, the actual pollution that they cause, and also safety for the end user. Now, traditional crackers are made using sulfur, nitrates, aluminum powder, and barium compounds. Green crackers, on the other side, are a slightly more eco-friendly alternative. It's developed by the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR. It uses nitrogen-based compounds. It reduces the aluminum and sulfur part and uses eco-safe oxidizers to try and minimize the pollution. It's not like the pollution goes away. It comes down by about 20 or 30%, but it is relatively better than traditional crackers. Traditional firecrackers also comprise of chemicals that produce bright lights and loud sounds, also release harmful gases into the atmosphere, as well as particulate matter, PM10 and PM2.5. Green crackers, on the other hand, try and eliminate some of the ingredients that produce heavy ash content when it's burned. Conventional crackers also cause high levels of PM2.5 and PM10. That leads to smog, it leads to respiratory issues. Green crackers emit slightly reduced particulate matter. They too emit particulate matter, both PM10 and PM2.5, but the proportion is less compared to traditional crackers. There is about a roughly 20 to 30% reduction in particulate emission when green crackers are used. Green crackers are also designed to stay within 125 decibels, which is as per the guidelines of the Central Pollution Control Board, as opposed to traditional ones that can go all the way up to 160 decibels, violating the noise pollution norms. But here's the critical question which needs to be asked. Will this help or will this compound the existing air pollution crisis in the national capital? Here is what Delhi looked like this morning. This is as of this morning. This is about 7 a.m. in the morning. Already, the AQI was in the poor category. This is 4 or 5 days before Diwali. It is already in the poor category because of a combination of factors: construction, road dust, stubble burning, which has slowly begun in Punjab, and of course the trapped air, which can be released either only through rain or through winds, both of which have not been there in the national capital over the last week or so. So the question that needs to be asked is, why are we contributing to this even further with crackers in the run-up to and on Diwali. My colleague Anshul Singh with this report.
Over the last few weeks, the AQI in the national capital has remained in the poor category, which has ensured that GRAP 1 measures would now be implemented out here in the national capital, which means that polluting sources such as dust pollution that comes out from construction sites, they will have to take extra care of those dust and make sure that water is continuously sprinkled on them so that the dust pollution does not happen. Apart from this, the manual sweeping of roads have also been shut off, and now only mechanical sweeping of roads can be done. But it is yet again that time when the people of Delhi will now have to run from pillar to post to just get a gasp of fresh air. The AQI over the next few days is likely to deteriorate, and like every season, this season as well, the AQI will remain in the very poor category is what is predicted at this point in time.
All right, I want to go for a quick political face-off on this. RP Singh is national spokesperson of the BJP, Somnath Bharti spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. RP Singh, the data is there. I mean, the science is there. I can take you through it. Over the last few years, in 2024, last Diwali, for example, Diwali was on 31st October. The day before Diwali was 307. On the day of Diwali, 328. On the day after Diwali, 339. In 2023, the day before Diwali was 279. The day after Diwali was 358. I mean, the science is there. You know, you can argue about how much it contributes, but the fact that firecrackers contribute to pollution is an undeniable scientific fact. Now we're going to increase that with green crackers being allowed by the Supreme Court.
Zakka, good evening, and good evening to Somnath Bharti ji also. There can be no face-off on this. There has to be everyone has to come together. We are all Delhiite and we are all citizens of Delhi, and we all suffer because of pollution, and we've been suffering it for many years now. I appreciate that all parties should come together and then work together to ensure that pollution is taken care of. Now, coming to your AQI data, which you said 307, 328, 339, is just the 10% of the overall pollution level which was there. So, it means Diwali contributed only 10%. The 300, I mean, rest of the 90% was because of other reasons in Delhi. And the reasons are well known. I mean, stubble burning is a major reason. The industrial pollution, the vehicular pollution, and the dust is the another reason behind this. But let's understand and break this. For 10% pollution less, can we throttle the celebration of the festival, the cultural festival of the country? And also, if now the green crackers have been permitted, I mean, as per your data again, almost 30% pollution will be taken care. It means put together, it will be only 6 to 7% pollution which will increase. I mean, if I just go with the data, although Delhiite will approach whole of this issue with great sensibility, and they will not go all out and ensure that there are limits and there are checks and balances.
Okay.
And also, and give me a second, also that Delhi governments are also thinking of many other options to ensure that it's taken care. I have little information, which I'm not very sure, but still what information I have is that immediately after Diwali, there is already a idea of doing the cloud seeding also, so that it can lower down the pollution which increased because of the green cracker. That's been taken care. It was a long pending demand of our government when Mr. Kejriwal was ruling. Now, since we are in government, so government has already done the test trial of this now, and now it has to be implemented.
Okay, so you are saying that the day after Diwali, depending on how much pollution there is the possibility that cloud seeding will be done.
There is a very fair chance. There is a very fair chance
to reduce the pollution. Okay, Somnath Bharti, so the contention of the BJP is, what were you doing? For 10 years, Aam Aadmi Party was in power. Everybody knows stubble burning is a significant contributor. You have done nothing. It still continues.
See, it's easier said and done. But then, while I welcome Supreme Court decision, but at the same time, we all need to worry about the pollution. And let me remind Honorable colleague RP Singh ji that in 2018, it was NGT which had banned normal crackers and allowed green crackers, followed by Supreme Court which had upheld the decision of NGT. But then, since BJP controlled police could not sort of enforce the Supreme Court imposed conditions. That is why NGT revisited the decision. And in 2020, NGT banned even green crackers. So the problem is enforcement. So is Delhi police capable of enforcing the decision of Supreme Court that 2 hours morning, 2 hours evening allowed, and you can only sell green crackers? You were very right while you pointed out it's not that green cracker will not emit pollution at all. It will emit pollution, but 25% lesser. But then who will control? Delhi police has not been able to manage, public smoking, which was banned by Supreme Court. Delhi police has not been able to manage sale of spurious liquor. Delhi police has not been able to manage crime in Delhi. So, will this time, because BJP has got 4 engines in place, will this time Delhi police will be able to ban
RP Singh,
crackers in the manner
the court's order today, by the way, also talks about mandatory QR codes on firecrackers, designated sale outlets, surprise checks, no sale on e-commerce sites, etc. What will you do to enforce this on the ground? How will you ensure illegal crackers are not sold and all crackers that are sold are green crackers? I mean, in the market, no one quite even knows what is the difference between a green cracker and a normal cracker. They just put a green stamp on it saying it's a green cracker. How are you going to enforce this?
Well, Zakka, on day before Diwali and on Diwali day, I'll appreciate, send your team with me and I'll take them around and show them how it is being enforced. Delhi government administration and the police put together to ensure that this happens. When you have intention, you get the things going out. So not like you buy a smoked out for 22 crore rupees and waste Delhi exchequer taxpayers' money on smoked out which never work. Or I remember that decomposer which was bought for some 26 lakh rupees and some 60 odd crore rupees was spent on replacement of that decomposer. So, and we'll take care of Parali. Once we come in the government in Punjab, we'll take care of Parali, and nothing happened on that agenda as such. I mean, that we don't know where did the decomposer go and what happened of the Parali burning. I mean, still the Parali is being burnt, the stubble is still being burnt in Punjab, and major contributor for pollution in Delhi is stubble burning only. We all know that.
No, so Somnath Bharti, you made this promise about, controlling stubble burning. I don't think any political party in Punjab is going to ask the farmers to stop or at least implement the same thing that you said. No, Somnath Bharti, the same thing that you said about, Delhi police not implementing the ban on the ground in Delhi. The same can be said of the Punjab government and the Punjab police. There is by law, there is a fine and jail term if farmers are caught, burning stubble. But nothing happens.
Let me just remind you and my dear friend RP Singh Saab, and through you the entire nation, that Punjab government under the leadership of Bhagwant Mann Saab, we have now reduced stubble burning almost to 1/10. Okay, from 600 instances it has come down to 50-60. Second thing, we have also allocated 500 crore budget to ensure that farmers are not seen. They're not to be disturbed or punished. They're to be trained. They need to be brought into the understanding that we need to do it. We need to implement technology. We need to do the way government is asking us.
No, sir. But what happened to this weed cutter machine, this decomposer machine?
Yeah.
None of these seem to be working.
So it's already mid-October now. You can see the Google images, and you will not find stubble burning happening at all in Punjab. But I want to ask my dear friend, what is happening with the winter action plan? The government is not even out. Government is not even discussing. So winter action plan is nowhere in the sight.
Okay.
So that's the whole problem.
RP Singh Saab, where is the winter action plan? I also want to come back to, will the BJP commit to a public dashboard of what the AQI is, and also a public dashboard of how many confiscations, how many illegal cracker kiosks you have shut down? And may I ask, we used to have at one point of time an environmental cess. I think it was 2% or 2.5%. Why don't you impose an environmental cess on every packet of cracker that is sold? That's within your jurisdiction.
Zakka, good idea, and I'll appreciate people in Delhi government must be watching this program, and they will take up your ideas and also putting a dashboard. But coming to the stubble burning thing, do you know how clever they are? They have made farmers learn that you have to stubble burn. You have to burn stubble with the movement of the satellite. That's how they do the games. They play the games there, and this is on record. This is not me saying. These are videos on record. There are TV, YouTube people who have put this on record. There are people from various TV channels who put this on record, that they play smart games and that from their side, that, oh, Punjab, there is no stubble burning. Fact is, when the satellite movement happens, when the satellites move to the other end, then they burn the stubble. But this is how they play the games with the environment. And then this is how they teach these farmers of the Punjab.
No, but whatever might be happening in Punjab, RP Singh Saab, the question also is, and there is data to show this, right? There's a study called Chemical Speciation and Source Appropriation of Ambient PM 2.5 in Delhi before, during and after Diwali fireworks, which has shown that there's a 16x time increase in pollution in the month, from the month leading up to Diwali to the month post-Diwali. 16x, 16 times. Something needs to be done about that.
Not because of crackers again, Zakka. I'm again reiterating. It's not because of crackers. Merely, I mean, you just now whatever you said. I'm trying to analyze that only. When as per your data and as per your analysis, it's not more than 6% of the complete pollution level which happens in Delhi. So give me a second. It's majorly is because of stubble burning, and it has already started. They have already shifted the timing of the stubble burning, keeping with the satellite movement. And this is bad. I mean, they are playing with the farmers also. They are playing with the Delhi-NCR also.
Mr. Bharti, when AAP was not in power in Punjab, you were like, oh, Punjab. That's where the bulk of the fires are coming from. Now you are in power in that state for the last 3 years plus. Why are you not able to put a halt on it? And again, the decomposer machine, the weed cutter machine, where is all this gone?
I've given you figures. I'm saying with all responsibility that from 600 instances, we have come down to 5 to 66 instances a month. So now what is happening? What is happening now across Punjab, the government is so conscious of its duties that we are spending 500 crores a year to train our farmers to ensure that the stubble burning doesn't take place.
Sir, this year the reason why the stubble burning has not started yet is because there were excessive floods in Punjab through much of August and September. So the whole sowing season itself has been delayed as a result. We'll have the same conversation in 1 month's time. Well, Delhi will be completely polluted because of the stubble burning.
No, but then what you're saying, see, we have to have data and you have to have proof with you to accuse us of anything. So what I'm saying, data as of today is not giving you any proof whatsoever to support your allegation that Punjab government is not stopping stubble burning.
My response was only because you said it's come down to 56 a month. The reason why it's come down this month is because the sowing season has been delayed because of the rains. Because of the rains.
Because of the investment of the Punjab government to train our farmers.
Okay.
Using various techniques.
There is, by the way, a fine and a jail term for stubble burning, farmers caught in stubble burning. I want to see the numbers at the end of this season. How many of them are actually fined and put in jail for stubble burning?
You should appreciate that there should not be any stubble burning and this should come down further. You should not wait for jails, our farmers to be jailed.
We'll have both of you.
We will don't do stubble burning as per the satellite movement.
We'll have both of you in a month's time or maybe 2 weeks' time after Diwali, and we'll have the same conversation on pollution in Delhi. Thank you very much, RP Singh.
I'll ask RP Singh Saab to please implement measures immediately, the winter action plan.
आप शरारत करना बंद कर दीजिए. वहाँ पर स्टबल बर्निंग की जेन्युइन फिगर्स आने दीजिए. सैटेलाइट को जेन्युइनली कैच करने दीजिए. फार्मर्स को चीटिंग करना मत सिखाइए. वो उनकी सेहत के लिए भी अच्छा नहीं, देश की सेहत के लिए भी अच्छा नहीं.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, RP Singh, and to Somnath Bharti for joining us. We will keep an eye out and we will do a daily tracker of the pollution numbers, the AQI numbers in Delhi, both in the run-up to and post-Diwali, and we'll see whether or not the Supreme Court has actually done a good thing or a bad thing by allowing green crackers.